Welcome to the 2002 Radio Shack All-Star Legends and Celebrity Softball Game, where tonight you'll see NASCAR racer Dale Earnhardt Jr., baseball legend George Brett, King of Queens Kevin James, baseball legend Don Mattingly, Grammy Award-winning recording artist Coolio, baseball legend Dave Winfield, 1998 Olympic gold medalist Peekaboo Street, baseball legend Raleigh Fingers, rock star Meatloaf.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Miller Park in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the site of the 2002 Major League Baseball All-Star Game here tomorrow night. I'm Dave O'Brien, and the festivities continue with a softball game rematch of the Harold Reynolds Brew Crew taking on Kenny Mayne's Wallbangers, as fans anxiously await some of the biggest names in Hollywood, sports, and baseball's historic past. Now let's go down to Brew Crew player manager Harold Reynolds, who just filled in his team's batting order and has the lineup card ready. Harold?
All right, Dave, thanks. You know, in this year of big-time free agents, we knew Meatloaf was going to be throwing for them. We figured we'd bring some offense. Ryan Sandberg's going to lead off. Ozzie Smith hitting second. Kevin James hitting third. Dave Winfield be hitting fourth. Coolio hitting fifth. We figured we know that musical thing. Then George Brett hitting sixth. Richard Schiff hitting seventh. Don Mattingly hitting eighth. John Kruk hitting ninth. And then I wrap it up with, we go all the way through our lineup, man.
Hey,
we got it going. I got a nuisance going on here.
I see what you've done here, you see. I see what you've done, son.
You got no chance.
I got it. You got all them little.
We're going to run you out of here. Well, I don't care if you
got all them little plucky hitters. You got them.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. You can continue that later. Let's get a look at the Wallbangers defense now as we look left to right. That is Raleigh Fingers, Gorman Thomas. Howie Long is in right field. Dale Earnhardt Jr. manning third base. We just heard from Meatloaf. He's going to be the pitcher. And Paul Molitor, the Hall of Famer, there at second base. Well, there's Ernie Banks, the great Chicago Cub. We're only going to play one today, but he is the honorary coach. As Meatloaf is ready to take to the hill, he is the starting pitcher for the Wallbanger team. He was actually born Marvin Lee Aday in Dallas, Texas. And he got the nickname from his family of gospel singers. In the 60s, he opened for The Who and for Ted Nugent, among others. He had a huge hit in 1977, of course, his Bat Out of Hell album. All right, Ryan Sandberg to step in, then it's Ozzie Smith and Kevin James and Dave Winfield, if anybody reaches. Rhino swinging at the first pitch, and he pops a foul for strike one. Well, all the normal slow pitch softball rules will apply in this ball game, with the exception of there'll be no stealing, no sliding. When a team bats 13 in an inning, then the inning is automatically over, and the length of the game is 5 innings, regardless of the score. Meatloaf delivers, and Rhino pops it up, and there's Dale Earnhardt Jr. to make the catch. In the coach's box, reaching up to make the grab. Ozzie headed to the Hall of Fame this year. He's been elected. He'll be inducted this summer. The Wizard. Cecil Fielder, the catcher. This one driven deep to left field along the line. Foul. Howie Long gave it a long, long run.
That fence wasn't going to stop Howie Long.
No. Howie Long, whose Radio Shack commercials are so popular with Terry Hatcher. Driven deep, and that one might have enough. And the Wizard will touch them all.
What did the late, great Jack Buck say when he did that against the Dodgers? Go crazy, Cardinal fans.
Yeah, that was a great 1985 home run to win a National League Championship Series game. The Cardinals would go on to the World Series.
A little different hitter from the right side. Always had more power that way, but it didn't show up as much because more left-handed pitchers, more right-handed pitchers he's going to face than he would the left-hander, so fewer at-bats from that side.
A one-out home run, getting roughed up a little bit.
I asked him before the game, I said, now that you're a Hall of Famer and it's official, not that we didn't know it all along, what's changed? And he goes, Sut, I don't have to call for dinner reservations anymore.
Well, here's Kevin James, currently starring in King of Queens on CBS. That series began in 1998. It's been a big hit. thrilled with that effort by Kevin James.
No, that's all right. I was just laughing at Tony trying to snatch it on my man there. You know, but that's all right. I got Big Dave coming out. I hope he hits a rocket at the shortstop.
That's Dave Winfield, the Hall of Famer in 2001 and a member of the 3,000 hit club.
You know, when I think of him, I remember that Winfield Foundation that he established really before most players did. Now they've all got it.
Oh, did he sock it? Can he push it back and up? No, there's Howie Long to make the catch. And that's out number 3. Well, great night here in Milwaukee as we get a look at the celebrities from television and motion pictures, as well as some of the great stars in Major League history. Dave O'Brien along with Rick Sutcliffe, and you know, kind of a grudge match here between Maine and Reynolds. I mean, going back to last year here in the celebrity game, and their dignity's on the line.
Well, Kenny Maine won the ball game last year, and Dave, I think he's off to a tremendous start here tonight. Harold Reynolds once again getting outmanaged, and Kenny did it at the last moment. Harold set his ball club up around speed and defense. Kenny's got the bangers. He's got some boys that can go deep. Well, at the last minute, Kenny got the rules changed to where the stolen base is not allowed. Harold's hands are tied.
All right, well, that's the same Kenny Maine who ran into a wall last year, and for the next 3 weeks he was telling people he was Rich Eisen. Let's go down to Kenny Maine.
I haven't said that before, but it's not that bad a thing to be. I'm so proud of my team right now, the way they came in there in the first inning. Joy Enriquez is leading off. She's good looking. You can hit the ball. Paul Molitor got a big hand here. Howie Long can hit the long ball. Cecil Fielder. There's Meatloaf. Cecil Cooper's next. Dale Jr., proud to have him involved. Chi McBride and Raleigh Fingers. Tony Todd, excellent athlete. He'll be hitting next. Gorman Thomas kind of playing like the Uber cleanup down deep in the lineup. Glenn Lewis, he'll be here later maybe. Derek Parr, the Olympians there, and all bad last. We're looking forward to a good game.
A look at the defense as Joey Enriquez gets ready to swing away. It'll be Kevin James in left. Ryan Sandberg, unfamiliar territory in left center. And Coolio and George Brett, safe to say, they're sharing right field for the first time in history.
I don't think there's ever been a bigger collection of gold gloves on one field than there are right now out there playing defense.
We got a TV time. Oh.
Dave Winfield will do the pitching
We got a TV
for the
time
Brew Crew, a 12-time All-Star. And Dave's mom and dad had to know something was up when he was born. And that was on the day Bobby Thompson hit the shot heard around the world to win the National League pennant. Dave Winfield, one of 7 players to retire with 3,000 hits, as well as 400 home runs. And Rick, also the only athlete who was drafted in 3 professional sports, baseball, football, and basketball.
And a lot of people think he might have ended up in the Hall of Fame in any one of those 3. We were blessed that he chose baseball.
Oh, sorry.
So Winfield to face Joy Enriquez first. She will lead off for the Wallbangers. There's a self-titled Arista Records album out right now, featuring singers such as R&B singer Babyface. 1995, she won as female vocalist on Star Search. They're going to bring that infield way in for Joy.
Well, it's not because of the way she swings the bat. They want a closer look at her.
Winfield tries to get it from his knees and throws, and the play is made by Bradley Whitford of the West Wing. That's a fine scoop over there. And Joy is sadly retired on this one pitch.
I know one thing, at Big Dave's age, first of all, I don't know if they'll get that turf replaced before the game tomorrow night. Second of all, he's going to be sore.
You did good. You did very well.
Did darn well. Paul Molitor with a drive out to left field, but in comes Kevin James with a running catch. So Dave Winfield has thrown, what, 2 pitches and retired the first 2 Wallbangers of Kenny Maine. That's Howie Long. Selected 8 Pro Bowls. The great Los Angeles and Oakland Raider. Hitting out of the 3 spot, he drives this one, and James tests it again, but he's equal to the task for out number 3. So Winfield breezes in the first inning.
No comment. No comment.
Radio Shack All-Star Legends and Celebrity Softball Game. Brought to you by Radio Shack, official sponsors of Major League Baseball. And in part by Century 21, real estate for the real world. In his 12-year Major League career, Harold Reynolds was a two-time All-Star. He won 3 Gold Gloves and was an inspirational leader of the Seattle Mariners. But last year, his skills were in such decline, he kept himself out of the Radio Shack All-Star Legends and Celebrity Softball Game. In the early 80s, Kenny Mayne was a mediocre college quarterback, a scholarship recipient through some kind of clerical error. 2 decades later, his limited physical gifts had eroded to the point he could no longer make an impact in a Jack and Jill softball game.
Yep, it's gone. Kenny Mayne is through.
Maine's team prevailed last year in Seattle, but like Reynolds, the game left him a bitter and frustrated ex-athlete.
That's a bitter man right there.
Tonight, in Milwaukee's Miller Park, at the 2002 renewal of this game, they're back in an attempt to restore some dignity.
You're better than what you showed last year. You passed the President's Council on Physical Fitness test. Now get out there.
Well, I think it's fair to say that this game for Kenny and Harold is nothing less than a fight for the dignity of their very souls. I know Harold Reynolds and Kenny Mayne both feel that way. There's no standing down.
Yeah.
It's all about the fight. Coolio already in the box. The Grammy Award winner for Best Rap Performance in 1996. Where do you get a hat like that allows that dude to just spring forward, Rick? Like I should be asking you. Earnhardt Jr. cradles it. His second fine play of the ball game. And that retires Coolio. Here comes George Brett. The only player to win batting titles in 3 decades. A member of the 3,000 hit club. Elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1999 and a 12-time All-Star.
I'll tell you what George was most proud of, though, was that Gold Glove.
Popped up. Joey Enriquez there along with Cecil Cooper, and the Brewer was introduced to shouts of "Coop, Coop" when he came in. Makes the catch. Well, this unique perspective of tonight's game is courtesy of Saturn and the Saturn Lightship. The entire Saturn Lightship team hope you enjoy the game and that spectacular view. Rick Sutcliffe, Dave O'Brien from Milwaukee's Miller Park on a beautiful evening. And here's Richard Schiff. Schiff pops it to the middle, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. Don Mattingly. Donnie Baseball, 11 seasons with the New York Yankees. Won the American League batting title in '84 and the MVP in 1985.
All right.
And how about Meatloaf? I mean, he's on the fastball there, but it's a ball. He's wearing the Yankee pinstripes.
Let's go.
Cecil calling for a Swiftie there.
Cecil has got that catcher's position covered, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's a backstop. No doubt. Rigged into right, and a base hit. Molitor knocks it down. Schiff headed to third. And he's there on a well-struck base hit by Don Mattingly, who still has the stroke. So with 2 out, John Kruk will dig in.
I don't think he has to dig in. He's just going to settle in, standing there.
Guy swung a mean bat in his days in the big leagues with the Padres, the Phillies, and the White Sox. 3-time All-Star. John, a very underrated hitter. Will fly gently into right field, and Paul Molitor with the catch. Side retired. 2 left. The 10th Annual Espy Awards can be seen on ESPN Wednesday at 9 Eastern from Hollywood's Kodak Theater. Hosted by Samuel L. Jackson, the Espy Awards celebrate athletic achievements, relive the memorable moments, and salute the best performances and performers. Overall, there are 35 categories, highlighted by 13 awards, in which the best of the best in a variety of sports disciplines compete head-to-head, including Best Male Athlete, Best Female Athlete, and Best Team. Scheduled to join this year's show as presenters are Adam Sandler, Matthew Perry, David Spade, Kiefer Sutherland, and Vivica A. Fox. In addition, Tom Hanks will participate in the Espy Awards by voicing over the Arthur Ashe Courage Award presentation. Also, Santana, Snoop Dogg, Bootsy Collins, and the original P-Funk have been confirmed to report and perform. And for more information, log on to ESPN.com. Now, in a category of best moments on the Espy Awards, Adam Vinatieri's game-winning field goal in the Super Bowl among them. Dale Earnhardt Jr. won the Pepsi 400 in Daytona, and that was right after his father's death, and he is downstairs with our own Kenny Mayne right now. Kenny?
Junior, I was banned for life from the ESPYs for gambling on the ESPYs, but you're up for the award. Kind of the thrill in that race last year at Daytona, biggest thing in your life, wasn't it, for winning the race?
Yeah, I'm surprised I was nominated, but yeah, it's a big thrill. It kind of caps it off, you know, because that was a big moment for me, and it's good to know that a lot of other people noticed that as well, because it's probably one of my favorite wins.
All right, Kenny, thank you very much. The Brew Crew with a 1-0 lead over the Wallbangers. And the big man, Big Daddy, Cecil Fielder.
Fans here in Milwaukee remembering he was the first ever to hit a homer over the outfield bleachers at Milwaukee County Stadium.
Got under this one. And Ozzie Smith with the catch for the out. Ozzie, who has done what Cecil did so many times in the major leagues.
Come in for you. Good, a standing ovation.
Okay. Ozzie has homered.
Is that good?
Looks like Cecil is on his way to the bench. One down. There's an Ozzie Smith autograph on his Sammy Sosa jersey. That's a pretty good day for that young man.
You know, that's the biggest thing about not only the talent that's on this field right now, but just the type of people that are involved. And for me, it starts with Ernie Banks. I mean, he's never met a stranger. And I was really embarrassed for Kenny Mayne. Kenny was introduced first, and then after Ernie's introduction, it seemed like a moment of silence for Kenny.
Yeah, it seemed like a house full of crickets. Richard Schiff on to Bradley Whitford. More talent on the field. Paul Molitor got such a sweet round of applause, as did George Brett when they were introduced as part of the lineups today. But none louder than Paul Molitor. So the 12-time All-Star to face Cecil Cooper. Here's the Coop from the crowd. Played 17 seasons in the majors. 5-time All-Star. And a Gold Glove first baseman as well. What's Winfield doing here? I mean,
Well, it's just Peekaboo Street calling an outstanding game. He hadn't shook her off once.
Well, as always. And Ozzie under it to retire the side. So the Wallbangers go quickly. Winfield with a no-no going. 1-0, the Brew Crew. Park seats 43,000 fans, a large capacity, but of course not enough for everyone to see the All-Star game in person. But in downtown Milwaukee, everyone can get their own taste of the All-Star experience. The 2002 John Hancock All-Star Fan Fest is open for 5 days around the All-Star game. Located at Milwaukee's Midwest Express Center, the Fan Fest is over 40 baseball-themed attractions. Some of the more popular experiences are the video batting cage and the pitching cages, which let fans take a swing or fire a fastball of their own. There's a lot to see, too, including collectibles, equipment, and treasures from baseball's past. Fan Fest, truly a fan's dream come true. And a great big crowd taking in the All-Star Celebrity Legends softball game. It is 1-0, the Brew Crew. And Nadia Dejani will lead things off in this inning. She is starring in the upcoming film View from the Top, opposite Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, that's a nice. Whoa!
Tony Todd with a scoop and one out. Let's go down to the field, and Harold Reynolds standing by with Don Mattingly. Harold?
Well, Donnie, you know, you've been in a few of these games. We've got a pretty good contest going here. What's the key to hitting this softball?
Chopping it.
You got to chop it.
You got to chop it. I watched a lot of slow pitch softball in Evansville, Indiana, my friends. Got to chop the softball.
What about the performance of Winfield right now?
Awesome. You know, he's got his young son out here. He made a great play off the mound. I asked him if he's seen his dad make the play. If he start diving all over the ground and stuff, he's going to be just like him.
All right, back to you, Dave.
It's like he plays celebrity softball as hard as he did in Yankee Stadium, playing the real thing. Todd with a bobble. A nice effort, and Peekaboo Street is safe, I think. Cecil trying to keep her off the base.
It's a tough game. I think baseball's for, you know.
How about the range of Tony Todd there? For a second, I thought Ozzie Smith was playing shortstop, but no. If that would have been Ozzie, he would have secured it and made the throw. Tony did a nice job getting there, though.
Well, Tony played some college ball. He's appeared in Little Big League and the Scout. He's appeared in some baseball movies and played his college ball at the University of New Mexico. The Wizard looked rather impressed. And in steps Bradley Whitford, who is a Wisconsin native. So warmly applauded by the fans here at Miller Park. He plays Josh Lyman, of course, on the hit The West Wing. He won an Emmy in 2001. Todd again to make a play. He's got a bunch of them already. Two down. Peekaboo just does get back, or did she? No, she didn't. She's out. Doubled up.
Well, it really wouldn't have mattered. Harold Reynolds was due to hit next, and he would have ended the inning.
All right, good try.
Let's watch again. This was close.
Well, Tony paying attention. Take a look at him. He gets set. I think she just underestimated the arm strength. A tremendous effort by Peekaboo, but just not quite able to get there in time.
Well, coming up later in our show, stay tuned for an all-star appearance by Counting Crows as they perform their new hit single, American Girls, set to highlights from our all-star weekend festivities. Dale Earnhardt Jr. about to lead things off in his car, number 8, the Budweiser Chevy Monte Carlo in 2002.
Well, I knew the Dale Earnhardt that drove car number 3 real well. In fact, I left him tickets to see his first big league baseball game. Watch the Braves play. That no-hitter's over with.
Yep, he breaks it up. Winfield's no-no is done. Earnhardt Jr. with a single. Well, base hit for Dale Earnhardt, and here comes Shi McBride. And Shi, a big fella. He looks like he might be a principal, and he plays one. He plays Steve Harper on the television program Boston Public.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't have gotten in near as much trouble in high school if my principal would have been that size.
You're not lying. On the infield, in comes Richard Schiff, but Winfield takes it over the two dudes from West Wing. He took them under his wing, as it turned out. Well, don't miss the battle to see which league is the greatest, the best of the best. We'll compete in the Major League Baseball All-Star Game on July 9th. And for more information, simply log on to MLB.com. Don't miss it. And Raleigh Fingers being introduced to the crowd, although he needs no introduction. 341 career saves, a Hall of Famer.
But you know what, Dave? People forget Raleigh Fingers started his career as a starting pitcher, then was converted to the bullpen. Dennis Eckersley, John Smoltz.
Oh, got all of this one. She is gone. Raleigh Fingers in front of the home crowd. He crushed it to left, a 2-run homer, and the Wallbangers lead it 2-1.
Pitchers can't hit, huh? All right, maybe we can't hit that 95-mile-an-hour fastball with a sharp slider. But go ahead and lob it in there and see what they can do with it. We take as much batting practice as anybody else. It just it doesn't pay off until you get to a game like this.
Well, this sight not as familiar in Milwaukee as his famous handlebar mustache, but he gets them out of their seats at Miller Park.
I just don't think Winfield's gotten over losing the no-hitter yet.
Tony Todd, the hitter, and a base hit into left. Tony Todd has played well in this one. He's also played characters on all 3 of the sequel Star Trek TV series.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
with the stop. Todd heading into third base. Tony Todd can run the bases as well. And he has been the top player so far today for the Wallbangers. Now all the way over to third.
Well, Gorman knows that trick. He just found a way to hit the dry side of that softball.
No backspin.
And so the singer, Glenn Lewis, the Canadian soul singer, pops a base hit into center field. That'll pick up Todd.
Is Harold watching the same game we are, Dave?
Apparently not. I mean, that's a string of 3 consecutive hits, 4 in the inning. And what is a manager to do? And now he has to remove Winfield.
Hey.
Pair group pressure. We're going with the lefty.
Can I move to another position?
No, you got to come to the bench, bitch.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
What? You changing him?
Got to change him out.
I remember that, man.
I want to get you an ovation.
All right.
She shakes his hand.
My best. What can I do?
Dave Winfield, ladies and gentlemen. Wave your hand.
So Nadia Dejani will relieve Dave Winfield. And away Winfield breezed through the first 2 innings, 6 up, 6 down. We never thought the young actress would have to appear. Derek Parra,
That's a strike.
the Olympic gold medalist in speed skating, takes a strike.
Hey, that's two strikes.
Now, see, Harold's not paying attention again. Gorman's off the base. That should be an out.
Line and Julio can't get it. Neither can Richard Schiff. So that'll put runners at first and second as Parra dunks in a single. So the hits just keep on rolling here for the Wallbangers.
Here we go.
Well, what a tremendous job by Kenny Mayne setting his lineup up. I mean, he had the RBI guys in those positions until now.
Kenny Mayne, it says here, played quarterback at UNLV. He takes ball 1. Harold Reynolds nervously pacing now as his rival and his team are ahead 3-1.
Harold knows if he loses this game, Peter Gammons is managing next year's team.
On one hop ship with a nice play. Beats the Wizard for the out. And so they're 2-0. He's going to get 2 on the tag play.
No. We got a forced play.
Harold, there's no crying in baseball.
We're done. Oh, I thought you were saying we're still playing. Okay, let's go.
He wanted to make sure. That was the end of the inning. Side retired. The Wallbangers on a big home run by Raleigh Fingers take the lead here at the All-Star Celebrity Legends softball game in Milwaukee. The Wallbangers with a 4-1 lead over the Brew Crew as we get set to play the top half of the 4th inning of this 5-inning Celebrity Legends softball match. Well, the last time the All-Star game came to Milwaukee was 1975. Steve Garvey hit a home run to help the National League take an early lead. Carl Yastrzemski's 3-run shot off of Tom Seaver tied up that ball game as Yaz went deep. But Bill Modlock provided the game-winning hit, a 2 RBI single in the 9th, earning him MVP honors. And he shared that trophy with Met lefty and winning pitcher John Matlack. So Matlock and Matlack with the MVP. And it was the last time the game was played here in the city of Milwaukee. Harold Reynolds, an all-star 3 times in his own right, chases the first pitch. And right at his nemesis as Kenny Mayne makes the play.
Shoot. That's the worst guy I could have had catch the ball.
Let it ball. Ryan Sandberg is 0 for 1. He's popped out to third. Hits this one deep down the left field line, and this one fair and way out of here. The second home run for the Brew Crew. Ozzie Smith hit one in the first inning. And so that makes it a 4-2 game.
I wasn't real sure the real fence was going to be able to hold that bullet hit by Rhino. A wonderful ovation by the fans here in Milwaukee. Just a couple hours north of where Rhino created a lot of history as a Chicago Cub.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form And Kevin James hopes it never is after that swing. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent. James 0 for 1 with a pop out. And a former college football player. He certainly looks the part, but a very, very funny guy. His TV series, The King of Queens, a huge hit. Socked to Kenny Mayne, and he came in too far and badly misplayed it. James looking for an extra base, and he's going to keep on going. The throw to third. Oh, a collision. And Parra hangs on for the out. That's serious business. Yeah, he plays some football.
I think that football mentality just came out again. Just a perfect relay throw, and look at Derek staying there for the tag, and once the tag's applied, then bail.
I'd take Derek Parra on skates any day, but oof.
I was just embarrassed for Kenny Mayne. He played that into a double.
Yeah, and nearly a triple. Parra is all right. Derek Parra is okay. I don't think you have to worry about Kevin James. And the Wallbangers hold a 4-2 lead. We're in the middle of the fourth in Milwaukee.
Can't get a ball hit.
The 10th annual Espy Awards can be seen on ESPN Wednesday at 9 Eastern from Hollywood's Kodak Theater. Hosted by Samuel L. Jackson, the Espy Awards celebrate athletic achievements, relive the memorable moments, and salute the best performers and performances. Overall, there are 35 categories highlighted by 13 awards in which the best of the best in a variety of sports disciplines compete head-to-head, including Best Male Athlete, Best Female Athlete, and Best Team. And for more, simply log on to ESPN.com. Well, here are the two managers, Harold Reynolds and Kenny Mayne, in this fight for the death. And Harold, we'll start with you. I mean, down a couple. What's the strategy to get back in it?
Well, I feel like his lineup is going to turn over, and it'd be his weaker hitters getting to the game. See, I've allowed everybody to play, including my non-baseball players. They've been performing well. The key now is we're going to catch it, and we'll be in the heart of our order when we go back in the fifth. I don't know about Mr. Mayne.
Kenny, I think the key to the whole ball game was you getting your team and yourself fired up before it started. Harold was out there rubbing a statue.
Harold was about 40 minutes late for this thing. We showed up on time, but I'm going to rent the Tom Emanski defensive drills video and try to work on that charge or not charge thing. But I was so proud of my guys, the way they took the relay, made the out. We're not giving Harold any of the strategy. We're just going to go out and try to win the game. We're up right now.
Well, they did pick him up. They picked up Kenny Mayne after that butcher job. Here's Joey Enriquez 0 for 1. And a recording artist pops that one to Don Mattingly for the out. So one away, and Paul Molitor with the next one up for the Wallbangers. The hits are even in this one at 6 apiece. We've seen a few home runs. Rollie Fingers was homered. Ryan Sandberg and Ozzie Smith have all gone out of the park.
Well, the whole strategy was how you set your lineup up. Get those homers and base hits with men on base, and Kenny did a great job of that.
That's a strike.
The 1993 World Series MVP, Paul Molitor. And Rookie of the Year in 1978 with the Milwaukee Brewers. Harold Reynolds slings it over, gets some help from Bradley Whitford. He's shown a pretty good glove over there at first base. Made a couple of saves.
Well, he did. He saved Harold an error and a lot of embarrassment there. Harold must still have some of that stuff that he gave Dave Winfield on his hand there. You better get that off, partner.
See, that was my Cal Ripken flip, and I just didn't get it there long enough. You know how Cal used to get that perfect timing? The arm's not happening.
Howie Long in the batter's box.
Harold.
Yes, sir.
Cal would be embarrassed for you to say he went like that.
Ryan Sandberg with the catch and a fast inning.
My girl just shut him down big time. Go ahead, girl.
Nadia Dejani setting him down in order. Through 4, it's 4-2 Wallbangers.
We went to our female.
Later tonight, ESPN's Major League Baseball's All-Star Monday continues with the All-Star Gala at midnight. For more information, log on to ESPN.com.
Let's go.
Winfield looking to hit one out. He's 0 for 1. He was perfect on the mound for the first 2 innings, and then everything just fell apart for Big Dave.
What do you think about Meatloaf out there for the last inning? Does he have it in him?
Let's see. Here comes Kenny Mayne.
Got to go, man. Nice run.
And he wants to make a change. And the man he's bringing in
Good job.
made a pretty good living at this. Is one of the best all time.
I wondered why Kenny was even taking that chance.
Raleigh, this is your normal thing. Relief, baby. Come on.
Raleigh Fingers to relieve Meatloaf. Who actually pitched very well. He gave up a couple of solo shots. That was it. But as we look back at Raleigh Fingers, when he really had that handlebar going, and wound up having a Hall of Fame career and a lot of those great years with the Oakland A's. Over 300 saves. How about that one?
All right. I like that. I like that. You never miss that pitch.
Oh, look at those eyes light up.
That's a strike.
Tough at bat for Dave Winfield.
Right on the court. Don't miss this one.
Hits it to Tony Todd. Nifty scoop, but not a good throw. And Winfield will head on over to second base. No, nice stop initially by Todd.
Well, the defense for Kenny Mayne's team has been outstanding until right now, and it couldn't come at a worse time. There's an unearned run possibly out there at second base waiting to score.
And right in front of Coolio. It's that one. Tapara fires on it first, but not in time. Winfield scampers to third.
Harold, quick!
I told you I had the right lineup coming up.
You better give Jordan some tobacco, though. He gave it up. He said he hadn't been able to hit since.
I'm chewing some gum for him.
Okay.
I got some gum working for him. But we got it working right now. 3-run bomb. We go up and Raleigh blows the save. Bad move by Kenny Mayne bringing him in.
Well, George Brett throughout his career with a tremendous flair for the dramatic homer.
Has there ever been a manager to say that before?
Bad move bringing in Fingers, yeah. Goes the other way, slicing away from Howie Long, and it's up against the fence. Winfield scores. Coolio into third, a little indecisive, and Fingers with the tag. Did he get him?
He got him.
He got him and back into third, but Brett is safe.
Did you see what happened there? Harold didn't have a third base coach. At the last second, he ran out there telling Coolio to go. Right. By then, it was too late.
Tell you too much, man.
Brett with an RBI double.
You know I love you, brother.
I want you to have that ball. He's going to knock you over.
What happened? What happened? Once again, look at the cutoff throw right there. Now Harold's waving him. Look at Harold on the left side waving him. Look at Raleigh.
Can't be going
And Coolio is out.
When it came off Raleigh in his own yard, man.
So Brett with an RBI double, but Coolio is out at home. It's a 4-3 game.
I'm running the whole show around here. I feel like Casey Stengel. I asked for help. But if they keep giving me guys like that, I'm going to have a tough time. That's going to
loops this one. Parra can't get it. George Brett trying to score, and he will.
We're tied up.
And so this game is tied. The Wallbangers 4, the Brew Crew 4.
Donnie's going yard. Hey, set.
Yo.
Did I not tell you I had the right part of the lineup coming up?
I knew that, but why did you get Coolio thrown out at home?
I was late, man. What can I say?
You always were honest, buddy.
I heard you dogging me, too.
That's a strike.
Whoa. We don't have a first base coach, even. You know how them retired players are. They don't want to get off the bench.
Well, Casey Stengel had a first and third base coach. I mean,
come on, Donnie.
Don Mattingly 1 for 1.
Yeah.
Stings this one. It carries to right. And that's a 2-run homer. Donnie baseball off of Raleigh Fingers. And the Brew Crew have the lead. Who would have thunk it? The move to bring in one of the game's greatest all-time closers, and it completely backfires.
I would have thought it because I've been in Raleigh's position, but not in a softball game. That's giving up a home run to Don Mattingly. Back in 1987, led the American League with 6 Grand Slam homers that year.
Dave Winfield and George Brett. A couple of Hall of Famers coming out
I need a deal.
to congratulate Donnie Baseball. And Raleigh has been lifted. Meatloaf is back on the mound after having been lifted, and Raleigh Fingers got knocked around.
All right.
And he's facing John Kruk. John 0 for 1. He's flying to right and hits that one very deep and foul. 2-1 pitch. He's going for the fence again, and it is out of here. Back-to-back home runs by the Brew Crew. Meatloaf pops it up.
I think the whole key to the ball game was Mattingly talking about how to hit a softball. You've got to chop it. And that's what the last 4 guys have done consecutively with a double, single, and now back-to-back homers.
You could see John Kruk and Meatloaf, for that matter, on your league softball team in your own hometown.
What a rally. I'm proud of the crew.
Manager, right?
Woo!
Good to pick you up.
I'm telling you, man.
Top of the bare hand play, Vizquel style, and throws her out. Fine play by Tony Todd. He played a little college ball at New Mexico, and he's shown off some skills. Peekaboo Street in 1995, she became the first U.S. woman ever to win the World Cup Downhill Series title, and repeated that feat in 1996. Fly ball, Kenny Mayne will make this catch. That one he judged just perfectly. But as Kenny says, they'd better hit, because it's on to the bottom half of the 5th inning. And his Wallbanger club is down 7-4. John Kruk with a home run in the inning. Don Mattingly hit one out as well, a 2-run shot. And it's a 5-run rally for the Brew Crew. They lead at 7-4. Milwaukee's Miller Park, and it is on to the bottom half of the 5th inning at the All-Star Celebrity Legends softball game. And Big Daddy Cecil Fielder will try and get his team going. They're down by 3.
Why are you playing so deep?
Because Cecil's a big boy.
Cecil pops it up, and Harold Reynolds practically doing play-by-play as he makes the catch. 1 down.
I saw that.
Everybody drawn in.
Strike.
Meatloaf has been very active in films lately. He's got 3 movies set to be coming out. 51st State with Samuel L. Jackson, one of them. Richard Schiff on to first and makes the play. He's been rock solid at second. Last chance here for the Wallbangers, who at one point had a 4-1 lead. Rick Sutcliffe. It has slipped away. The chopper. Here comes Ozzie. The Wizard down to get it. And out at first base, and the ball game is over. The Brew Crew has won it by a final score of 7-4. And revenge for Harold Reynolds. Kenny Mayne's team down to defeat in the 2002 All-Star Celebrity Legends softball game. Stay tuned. Coming up next, the All-Star appearance by Counting Crows as they perform their new hit single, American Girls.
Radio Shack All-Star Legends and Celebrity Softball Game. Brought to you by Radio Shack, official sponsors of Major League Baseball, and in part by Old Navy Summer Shorts, scientifically engineered for the whole family, and Century 21, real estate for the real world.
And from Milwaukee's Miller Park, the final score, the Brew Crew 7, the Wallbangers 4. The MVP of this one, Don Mattingly, 2 for 2 with a 2-run homer on the field right now with Kenny Mayne and Harold Reynolds. Gentlemen, take it away.
Hey, Dave, thank you. You're absolutely right. I'm standing here with the MVP and the losing manager. Donnie, big home run. You were talking earlier about how important it was to chop the ball. Did you chop that one?
Got on top of that one, Harold. And I tried to basically watch what everything that Kenny did, I did the opposite.
There you go.
I went from underneath the ball, and you know, the other manager, I like when he opened the door for us. misplayed that fly ball.
We thought Raleigh would come in and just finish things off, and he's aged a bit. I guess he just doesn't really have much left. But that's really nice. The MVP are going to put that right up there with
all the other right with the other one. Yeah. I thought it was their car comes with this or something also.
$10,000. No,
okay.
I'm just kidding. All right, hey Donnie, thank you for good congratulations. Thank you. Back to you guys, Dave.
Once again, our final score, Harold Reynolds Brew Crew 7, Kenny Mayne's Wallbangers 4. Don't forget the 10th Annual Espy Awards can be seen on ESPN Wednesday at 9 Eastern from Hollywood's Kodak Theater, hosted by Samuel L. Jackson. Coming up next, stay tuned for Sports Center. For Rick Sutcliffe, I'm Dave O'Brien, saying so long for now from Miller Park in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com.